guys, sorry for the wind. It's very windy today, but we just wrapped up. Today is Sunday, July 3rd, and as you can see, we got the boards on half the house. So this, and if you see straight down there, there's a beam pocket. That little cutout in the white there is for a beam, and that's going to go across before we can start putting our floor joist down, which will create our floor. So we get this done tomorrow pretty quickly. It was a learning curve today, kind of frustrating too, because these anchor bolts went in, some of them went in a little bit too deep and made it tough to grab a nut on it, and so we had to finesse a lot. But we're learning. This is the first time we did this, so we feel good that we even got this far, half the house. So right here, if you see, is I put a form up. We're putting a door in there, so I just put a form up for this opening, and that's what looks like all through. The concrete is rock hard, solid. And that little cutout there is the other end of the beam from down there, and it goes kind of pretty much cuts the house in half, so that when our floor joists lay on there, they won't be laying totally 20 feet across. They'll have a break in the middle of a beam resting on. That means they'll be 10 feet apart, and that's plenty enough to make a nice solid floor. And then the pressure treated, the joists go on that, sit on that. That'll create our floor. So just wanted to give you kind of an update. Morning. It's Wednesday or Tuesday, actually, July 5th. And yesterday didn't show you anything really, because all we did is finish up our sill plate. We got that all on, bolted down. It's all level, so we can start putting our first floor together. So the first thing is that beam pocket, which is that slit in the wall, just by my head there at the back wall. There's going to be a 3.5 by 12-inch beam, and we actually make a sandwich out of 2 of those, plus an inch or a 1/2 inch OSB in between, screwed together, and that'll create a beam, and that'll run down the middle of the house. And then it'll also attach right there on that side wall with a little bit of wood, like a huge jack stud lifting it up. And that will divide the house in half, and so when we lay the joists across, it has something to rest in the middle. So we're going to start doing that today. We're going to bring that up. I'm probably going to put the camera up and just turn it on and watch us do some work as we get going. So that's what we're going to do today, our plans. So guys, what we're working on is that beam that I told you about. And what we did, we set a string, and that goes in where the beam pocket, this beam is going to sit right in here, and we ran that string all the way to the other side where the beam will fit right in that pocket and sit on this jack stud, which I guess you can call it a jack stud. And that beam will make this just flush right here, and this will create our doorway with a header that I'll put across here, and that'll create our doorway. It's not going to be anything beautiful doorway, it's probably make it ourselves, but we did do a line level, and as you can see, that is perfectly in the bubble. I don't know if you can see that with the sun, but it's perfectly, that's the line level, so that tells us we're level from side to side. So, leading to the next thing, this is what our beam is, and they call it a sandwich. So you take a 2x12, a 2x12, and the reason we're using 2x12s is we were gonna make stairs, and we decided to go with a kit that'll be one of those circular stairs to save space. So we had this wood, might as well make the beam out of that. It's a little overkill, 2x12. You don't really need a 2x12, but that's what we're doing. So you got a 2x12, 2x12, and you got a 1/2 inch piece of OSB plywood right in between. They call it a sandwich. So you glue that with liquid nails on both sides, then you screw it on both sides all the way down, and that'll create our 40-foot beam. It's 40 feet, so we're gonna do it in sections. Then we poured these piers, and they're halfway across the house. There's another one down this way, and that'll get a 4x4 sitting on it. That'll come up and meet that beam right at the string here, or right about here. That beam will then tie onto that 4x4 and come straight across, and that'll create a nice floor for when we put our 20-foot joists across this whole span to start our floor. So hopefully I explained it well, but that's what we're doing today right now. Hi guys, Saturday morning, back at it. So this morning what we wanted to do is just finish up this beam, and that goes across the middle of the basement, or crawl space, keep calling it a basement. So now we're gonna break for breakfast, lunch, and then just about noon. So then we're gonna come out. We already laid our lines for our joists to go across from this wall. They're gonna lay across that beam and go to that wall. And then there'll be a rim joist all the way around. So it's almost like a box with joists all in it, laying across there, you'll see. So if you ever wondered where that shot I'm getting that shows the house as a whole, like we're looking down on it, I stand up on this dirt mound, so I'll show you that in a minute here. All right, so now I'm up on top of that dirt, so that gives you a better view of that beam. We're just gonna keep those supports bracing that beam until we start getting joists on there, and then we'll take those down, but everything's out of the crawl space. We'll rake it here in some spots and get some stones out, but other than that, it's gonna be an earthen floor, and put 6 mil plastic over it and up the walls about 2 inches, or 2 feet up the walls, and then we'll tape it. And that way it'll be a vapor barrier, so no moisture from that ground gets in, bugs, nothing, whatever's under that won't get through, and our basement or our crawl space will be sealed off. We do have the door for access, but we're really not planning on using it too much. Just some basic store, maybe boxes of Christmas ornaments or something like that. I can't think of any. We're not going to keep everyday canned goods or something like that. Now we got a full barn right over there that we can use, 2,500 square feet, so we don't need that. All right, so this afternoon I may set up the camera if we're moving, but I'll give you an idea at the end how far we get today on Saturday. So these boards are so long, 20 footers, that I have to sit on them in the back of Shannon's pickup because so much hangs out, they just dump on us. So we take 4 at a time over to the job site. And these are our floor joists. Everyone, Tuesday, July 12th. Hopefully it's about 1 o'clock. We just broke for some brunch, and
we're hoping to finish up the joist this afternoon. Shannon works part of the day tomorrow, so we're hoping to get some plywood started and then have me do as much as I can on my own tomorrow. And then we both work the rest of the week, so we're hoping to have the flooring almost done by the weekend and plywood down. Then we can start our framing project and you'll really see stuff. But it's been a little bit of a challenge, just like everything else. We laid out these joists. Everything, you want to keep it square, everything centered. We keep taking a chalk line or a orange line and just making sure all those are perfectly straight. So it is time consuming. I had to end up actually taking a couple of them out and redoing them this morning, so got a little behind, but we're hoping to finish by dinner time tonight. We got about 9 more to put in, and then we'll start sheathing.
Thursday, July 13th. So yesterday we finished up late, but we did finish. We just got to put one more rim joist on here. But what you saw yesterday us doing was putting all these joists up. And those are 2 by 10 by 20s. And they probably weigh 50, 60 pounds a piece. And so it was a lot of heavy lifting, but we got it all up there. The angle was a little off on my camera. I thought it would show it a little bit better, so all you saw was a little bit of our heads peeking over these. But our crawl space is now a basement. I'll give you an idea. If you go down and do laundry in your basement and you look up, that's what you're gonna see with your floor over it. So today we're gonna add the plywood and start putting in the flooring for the first floor. So it really starts changing now a little bit more. So and those are nailed in at each side with 4 nails, framing nails. And then we actually put a piece of blocking in all the way. And that helps the rim, the joist from curling or bending or tweaking and all that kind of stuff. And that's how you get squeaky floors. So the more solid you can get with the blocking, the better. Then we'll put liquid nails on all these when we lay our plywood down, and then screw our plywood. And the plywood is tongue and groove, which even kind of holds together even stronger, so should make for a not so squeaky floor. All right guys, we're rocking and rolling on the subfloor. As you can see, we got 2 rows just about completed of possible 5 rolls that we have to do. Rows, I should say. Shannon's knocking it out, the screws. Look at her go. Look at her go. Hi guys. Walking up to the house now. Thursday morning. Got to get ready for work here shortly, but we had some thunderstorms roll by last night. So we tarped what flooring we did finish. And I'm just coming out to check it out. It looks like it withstand it pretty good. I did rocks, screwed in some 2x4s to hold down the tarp, and I'll have to get a bigger tarp. We got about half the floor in yesterday. Wanted to do the whole thing, but Shannon had to get to work. And but we were on a roll, so we figure we'll finish this half of the floor. Sunday will be the next day we'll work. So, but I'm gonna end the video here. And sorry about that, the camera just fell. So, yeah, what I said is I'll end the video here. We'll finish this up Sunday morning easily. Like I said, we were rocking and rolling yesterday, and it was only, we went as long as we could, and Shannon had to get to work. So that's what it looks like right now. So Sunday afternoon, hopefully we'll be setting chalk lines for walls, and maybe even build a couple sections on Sunday, and then definitely Monday and Tuesday. So that's where we'll be at. They're calling for better weather, a little chance of a thunderstorm today, but after that it's just going to be sunny and stuff. So anyways, I'll sign off, and hopefully the next time you see us we got a full floor and we'll start putting some walls up. Gets exciting then.